Hey guys, thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Alright, but here we go. I just want to do a quick video. That's it. I keep trying to do shorter and shorter videos. Let's get it right this time. Alright, today we're talking about Tarkus and why he is the best, single-handed, hands down, the best unit in Dawn of War 2, Warhammer 40k, and specifically when you build him as melee. Let's get into it. Alright, and I'll look at my notes so I don't forget to say the right stuff this time. Alright. So, alright. His core ability is tactical advance, breaks suppression, reduces incoming range damage, right? At the cost of movement speed, boo. Because we like movement speed, because his Primarch difficulty, you gotta move fast. Kill as many enemies as possible in the shortest amount of time. Then, number 2, important thing, the taunt trait. Right, this force nearby enemies to switch targets and engage Tarkus' squad, drawing their fire from other squads. Super important to keep Cyrus and Avitus, which are very low health early game, alive. Again, Primarch difficulty, the damage multiplier of enemy forces is super high, so they just do lots of damage and your guys get squashed. Alright, now you're probably asking, well, I could just do Tarkus ranged. I could just have him be ranged and take less damage, right? But no, because we want to reduce the enemy's ability to do damage output both to Tarkus and to all other squads. So how do we do that? We do that by making him melee. That's right. You invest points in the strength tree to get this trait, this close combat aptitude, right? Tarkus and his squad can wield chainswords and bolt pistols in combat. Now, why does this matter? Let me tell you. This matters because of this little thing right here. Melee skill, likelihood to perform special melee attacks and knock down opponents. Now, again, keep in mind, most of the time you're moving Tarkus, or when you're engaging in combat with enemies, you're putting tactical advance on. So if you were ranged with Tarkus, you'd be moving, right? Or depending on what weapon you're using, and if you have points in the ranged trait tree. But what you can't do is, or what you're going to do is you're moving slow, right? You're taking reduced damage at the cost of movement speed. Now, one cool thing to keep in mind is when Tarkus is melee now, he's going to be doing special melee attacks and knockdowns while he's got tactical advance on. So that really, this means that he's going to be doing passive charges, right, every so often into the enemy, right, which is actually much faster than his regular move speed, right? So he's going to be taking less damage. He can, and just to be, for those who don't know, right, like the charge, or similar to victory, this charge that you can do on click by the force commander, but also just like all the other special and knockdowns that melee units can do. Tarkus can do that while he's taking reduced damage. This is amazing, right? So really, at the end of the day, this movement speed is almost like canceled out by the fact that Tarkus is now a melee fighter and can perform these special melee attacks and charges to knock down opponents. Amazing. Tarkus is amazing. Alright, then next on the list, you keep investing points, right, in the strength trait tree, and then you get this wonderful thing right here. You get melee tactician trait, right, that now tactical advance, right, which does use energy. Tactical advance reduces incoming damage from close combat as well as ranged attacks. So at this point, which by the way, this has got to be the probably the single best or maybe second best value, point for point trait in the game, because you're literally investing points to increase your damage output, your melee damage output, and then you get this gift of reducing incoming close combat damage. This is amazing. Alright, so that's when tactical advance is active. Now, I believe what I do, and I'll definitely review it as we go through like some of the other loadout videos playing through the game. Then I believe I switch to investing points back in health, because I want to get this very important thing, this very important trait right here, veteran squad mates. Now it says Tarkus leads a squad of chapter veterans with increased toughness and improved equipment. This is invaluable. If you look back here, let me just turn up so I can try to point. You got a power fist guy right here, right off to the left, and you got a power axe guy back there, right? And that's just when he's wielding a regular chainsword. Right? You don't necessarily need to equip a power sword to get them to have better equipment, right? But or just to show you guys also, if he were ranged and I give him a bolter, they oh, I guess it does, yeah. Sorry, right? Or so plasma. So if he's equipping a bolter, then they actually equip plasma guns, right? This is really important to know. Where did my? Oh yeah, there we go. Right, but so when you have this trait, veteran squad mates, your squad members equip better stuff. And just to be clear, and to remind those who may have forgotten or didn't know, a power fist stuns tanks. So now, without having a rocket launcher, right, or without having a power fist on your commander, depending on how you want to play the game, right, you can, right, this game is incredibly versatile, how you can load out squads. You now have another option to have a power fist on Tarkus's squad, which really, in my opinion, makes Tarkus the single most versatile unit in the entire game, because he can fight tanks, he can fight heavy infantry, he can do whatever, he can do it all. Right, so that is super important that before you even get this trait to equip power swords, his squad can help you fight more difficult units, and I think that is what I do. We just gotta watch through the videos, and I'll go through it in a different loadout video. Then last but not least, the absolute icing on the cake, I shall not fall. So long as tactical advance is active, Tarkus fights through the worst of injuries and cannot be incapacitated. To be clear, this does not mean that all the other 3 units, or all the other squad mates for Tarkus stay alive. It just means he himself, as long as you have energy, and as long as tactical advance is active, Tarkus himself will not fall, or he will not become incapacitated, which again helps you achieve that 15 out of 15 star rating on Primarch difficulty. Now, the other really, really important synergetic reality about building Tarkus this way, who's very energy dependent, right? The tactical advance is energy dependent. Force Commander. Notice I do not take Battle Cry. I invest points in the Will Tree to get Inspiring Shout. And yes, folks, Battle Cry now restores energy to nearby allies. That means you can keep replenishing Tarkus's energy and basically keep feeding him, or allow him to continue to stay invulnerable. Right, and again, he taunts, right, he draws the fire, takes reduced damage in general, and cannot be incapacitated as long as tactical advance is active, and you keep feeding him energy from the Force Commander. Tarkus is the best in the entire game.